Hello, everybody.
Quick question. Steve,
Yes.
did you just call me villainous or my hair voluminous?
I
Why
meant
not
both.
I was like, you're looking very... And I was like, the entire countdown, I was like, wait.
No, it was just like the Capricorn gaze. When I was backstage, you were like, you were nailing it. You made me proud. Tears were shed.
Oh, good. Factoring the inner intimidate new assassin recruits.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're representing Capricorns well, CB.
So I'm very last minute today, everybody. I'm scrambling to finish all the things because one, it was mine and Chris's first date night for where we leave the house for the first time in months. So there was that. And then also a deal was stricken to get my futon couch for the garage den, and I had to do some last minute orders, and I got the final critique I was waiting on. So I'm actually going to do that during the first sprint, finish going over those critique notes, and then I will be sending it out to betas. And oh my god, my thigh is so wet because my dog's just been licking my fuzzy pants, and I was not actively paying attention to what she was doing.
Excuse me. I realized I joined the After Midnight show.
Human popsicle save.
So my fuzzy pants, I guess she perceives them as fur or something. So if I get food or something on my hand, I'm chronically Southern, so I'll just wipe my hands on my pants. So she's like, "Oh, mother." She's like, well, I don't know if I'm sure other people do it. I just do it because I'm Southern. So it's not a statement of only Southern people do it. It's a statement of I am Southern and do it because of that. But yeah, so whenever my fuzzy pants get food on them, she's like, "Oh, mother, your fur, it is dirty. Allow me to clean it for you." And if I'm not paying attention, then it's just not pleasant to feel. Hello, everyone.
Hi. I was sitting in my bed earlier, like working on my laptop, working on my essays. Then all of a sudden, I just feel 2 pressure points on my back, and then something started gnawing on the back of my skull, and I'm like, "Oh, hello, Fireball. That's my cat. Thank you for eating my hair." Because he likes eating damn hair.
What are you reading that you're sobbing for an hour and a half? Also, yeah, don't you just love when pets are like, don't mind me, just doing all the things.
You, Loki.
No.
It's just a very short chew toy, actually.
Yes, a short chew toy.
4'7" chew toy.
I'm not that short.
Well, you've kind of hammered home the point that you're short, so in my head, you're like 4'7", and you cannot change that until we meet. I'm sorry.
So it's actually kind of funny. I was shopping for some jeans today because I've gained a lot of weight over the past year and a half, and a lot of weight for me anyway. And I was talking to my sister about it yesterday, and I'm like, I just want to get rid of the tummy. It can stay everywhere else, but like the stomach and we're not getting along. I leaned for, like, I'm used to sitting in very specific positions that like scrunches it, and it gets sore sometimes. And I'm like, no, we're not here for this. I'm not giving up my sitting positions. So I say I'll start working out. It's kind of hard to work out when you have a chronic illness that gives you chronic fatigue, but I'm determined. I will do it. And yeah, see, like this, like y'all don't see it most of the time, but I almost always have my knee propped up, and it's just not comfy when you got a gut. Now, I have always been the smallest of my sisters since they hit puberty. And so I'm talking to my baby sister who she's also gained. She like wants to go back on her diet of no soda or candy bars. Oh. And I was relaying to her that I have gotten bigger. And she's like, "You haven't really gotten anything." I'm like, "Look here, bitch. Just because just because I am now at your starting line doesn't mean that I haven't left my starting line." And she just goes, "That's fair. Because I have to buy a whole new wardrobe. So, but I bought 3 jeans and I'm like, oh, comfortable in my jeans again? Motivation to lose the gut gone. It's like 90% of my motivation workout is to fit into my jeans.
I just bought a bunch of new shorts and I'm like,
yeah,
I'm going to say that my ass got bigger. Let's just go with that. Not that I've gained weight in a negative way. Let's just say that my ass got bigger. Let's just go with that. And then I'm okay with buying it. Because yes, it's hot. I hate the heat. So I hate shorts. I wear jeans until I can no longer wear jeans.
Right. So I only bring it up as to say I used to look tall in photos, and everybody who met me in person was just like, oh, you're so much shorter than I imagined. And it was because I was long and thin. And I feel like now I just proportionally look my height. And nobody has ever said that I look tall anymore. And I'm like, I've done it. I have achieved proportion. So I'm like, I'm very here for the weight gain, just not the gut. Me and the gut, we're just not getting along. That's all.
The only pictures I've seen of you younger is like at that Renaissance fair where Chris is like holding you, and you definitely don't look tall enough.
No, not that one. No, I definitely look small next to him. Hello. Well, we hope you have a good time. I pre-ordered the audiobook for that, so I'm very much looking forward to it. Don't tell me anything. Hello. I was just about to procrastinate. Well, you can procrastinate for about another 8 minutes, then we'll get into a sprint. Blood like magic. Go get it, Cody. Attack it. Buy it. Read it.
I'm pretty sure the sky's about to open up outside my window, so if I suddenly cut out.
What do you mean grow peaches? Explain. As Stig stares off, occasionally blinking. Well, he's very tired.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
He just woke up from a nap.
I just had nothing to contribute within the gut conversation.
Me and Stig are looking at each other. Got you.
Oh, my cat's sitting one of them's sitting right here, and like before the stream started, he was just sitting there staring at me as I'm like trying to watch TV. I'm like, I'm not doing anything interesting. I don't have food.
No, Stig is adamant that he's awake. Right, Stig?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. All right, so we're about 8 minutes in. And sorry, I was approving somebody's thing. Go ahead and introduce yourselves. My co-hosts, tell us what you will be working on today.
I'm CB Ferrenz, young adult fantasy author, teenager YouTuber, and on my channel I talk about how those three things come together, or rather don't. I give semi-reliable writing advice, make funny skits, and do live streams every once in a while. And I'm going to be back from an unintentional, unwanted hiatus in like a week and a half, because I'm finishing my schoolwork this week. I swear. We go to the beach at the end of the week, and I don't want to be stressing about it at the family vacation. So
I mean, that's fair.
And I am Stig. I write science fiction and fantasy, currently working on my debut novel, a space opera with a little science and a lot of fiction, but I'm currently working on a short story that's just not... She thick, boys. She long, she girthy, but she's good. And yeah, that's it. That's what I'm going to be working on today. And...
I am writing Mom Samantha on Nasset. This is my channel where did you have anything else?
No, I was trying to figure out which side you're on. So I was like, yes, I'll just do both sides. And I dropped the wrong one. So.
I thought I heard him start a sentence, but I guess I did not. So I am writing Mom Samantha on Nasset. This is my channel where I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer parent things. I have a newsletter that you can keep up to date with all things Sam, linked down below at my website, samanthaalnasset.com. If you would like to help support the channel because you enjoy what I do here, you can do that at my Ko-fi, which is also linked down below. This week, during the first sprint, will be finishing revisions for All That Glitters, which is a beta story, which is a short story that is open for betas. The synopsis for it is: Prince Eric has been living the good life, working for the Empress to hunt down chosen ones before they can save the world. When he finds an unexpected companion during his search, he'll have to uncover her past and decide her future. It will be sent to betas during the first or second sprint. It's happening. So if you would like to apply to beta, you can go to my website, samanthaalnasset.com/beta. Do it. I'm sending it. There will be a questionnaire for feedback. I think
it's a multiple choice.
I mean, you can choose to answer, choose not to answer, but if you don't answer, you might get blacklisted. If you anger the fox, you also get blacklisted. But yes, I am also just a hot mess today. Messier than most days. Time to mimic Sam's intro as well. I was like looking down that way, trying to just remember everything, so I have no idea what anybody did or didn't. Read it if you dare. I know, Candy. I saw. I promise. Murder. Yes. I chose to spend time with my husband today instead of the final revisions, but it's fine. It's fine. Sir, he is out right now going to try to buy this specific futon couch because they wouldn't let me order it online because they have one more and it's in stock at the store. So
disrespect.
He will. Yes. I could start the sprint now, but I'm going to use these 3 minutes to actually relax because I haven't stopped doing things for the past hour and a half. And then we will start. I know I have no shame, all the dare.
The audacity.
The audacity of this bitch.
I love how Stig gets yelled at.
You would spend time with her husband. Depends on the day. I don't know. Sometimes they like each other. Other times they're just done with each other. I guess. I don't know. Stig cold-faced Chris once.
He loved it, even though he said he doesn't. But he loved it. I know he did. Can never convince me otherwise.
What does a healthy romantic relationship take precedence over your writing career? No. As long as you can answer the questions, I don't care how you read it. There was something I was about to... Oh! The Worldwide Writeathon has a writing community Discord, which if it is not linked down below, it will be linked down below shortly. As I go do that.
It has a turtle or tortoise named...
He's a tortoise named Carl, apparently, who got upset with me for calling him Turtle Boo.
This guy just opened up outside my window, and I just keep waiting for the power to go out. So that happens, I'm sorry.
If CB leaves, then we know that Matt hired some assassins for once.
Assuming I don't have an alleged monopoly over all assassins.
Matt wish he could.
Assuming.
Yeah. He lost all of his money, including his wallet, to fish racing, so...
Okay, but what if he somehow continues to lose money but wins assassins instead?
But I don't bet assassins.
You don't, but other people might. There may allegedly be, other things going on. Writeathon writing community. All right, the link should be there, right below my beta application. For anybody who wants to join. That I will be working on that after I send out beta applications because there's a whole list of new chat rooms that I need to add.
Oh no, you get to organize stuff? Travesty.
I know. I'm so sad.
However,
I am a tortoise. Look, I immediately changed it to Tortoise Boo as soon as he told me. I'm just saying I didn't appreciate the fact that there was a whole ass thing with him being Turtle Boo, and then suddenly, I think you mean after D&D Samantha. That's probably my favorite thing that he says, really.
She used a government name, so you know why it's mad.
I just feel like if someone else showed up with the name Sam, they would be really confused.
Yes. The turtle could have been We didn't name the turtle. He came pre-named. Oi, I'm going to have to add that into my auto thingy. Okay, so I have to start the sprint. I still have the futon page open. Look, I have needs for my garage den work area. When the children are on the computer, I just don't want to be near them sometimes. I need a secondary place to sit.
Lounge.
Yes. What are you eating? Bye.
What's that word? Leisure?
Yes.
Pleasure.
For my leisure. Oh, I didn't call you to me. Stop breathing on me. I know. I streamed for like a year and the dogs were just in a different part of the house and now they're stuck with me when I stream. So.
Oh no.
They're like, finally, it's our moment to shine.
Can you see her?
Yeah.
Sitting here.
Happy.
The other one is like sniffing things and I'm like, there's so much she could eat in here. All right. So we're going to go in. Hold on. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, hold up. Gotta pause. So I had the stream up on that computer and I forgot that we're 10 seconds ahead of it. So I'm like, yeah, I got 10 seconds. I can go through a few more comments. And then I'm like, oh, wait, shit. No, I can't.
Mission abort. Mission abort.
Yes. Well, it's like I'll get to a critique and then 15 just comments of enjoyment and then a critique. So I'm like, I can get to the next critique. It's fine. 10 seconds. No. So how did everybody do on that? I'm on page 4 of 7 going through the critiques. I also had to go back and forth with Crit because he went to pick up the futon at the store, which they told him, they're like, we're sold out. But then he found another associate who was like, actually, there were like 3. They just moved them. And I'm like, yes. So we got one.
Yay.
Right for the futon.
Huzzah. I saw a bolt of lightning.
Okay, but how did you do during the sprint, CB? Which was the question?
I didn't do anything. We're on my laptop. You're on my laptop because my computer's powered down. My laptop can't handle much. So
she can stream, and that's it on her laptop. She has no other things she can do.
While I'm streaming, I can do other stuff when I'm not streaming. But
yes.
my laptop currently is it's like the fan is going.
Good places to be.
It's just go places to be, things to do.
So I did nothing productive.
Okay.
What about you? What did you do?
I did some revisions.
Nice.
I'm finding what everybody else did. So yes, Carl was both Angti and Angie, just accepts both pronunciations. I thought about it and I'm going to continue to procrastinate.
In a surprising turn of events, Grape.
Nobody expected it. I have so many chords right now. Hello, hi, welcome. Well, we hope that it has helped you to be productive. I too love Carl.
Carl.
He and I have worked very hard together to set up the server for everybody. Mm-hmm. So that when the way we've got it set up is that if you want to access the vast majority of 30 of the chat rooms, I think, you have to click one of the reaction roles to give yourself a role to get in that chat room. So if you want to get into the writing advice, you have to click one of them and it will give you the writing advice role, and then you can see that chat room. And one of the reasons we did that is so that, one, people don't have to just individually mute chat rooms now. You can just not have that chat room in existence, and we're hoping people won't get so overwhelmed or have to, go through 80,000 things. So I think everyone should be writing cursive here. But why? No one can read my handwriting, let alone when I write cursive, except me. It's like its own little codex.
I'm a medical professional. I don't do handwriting. I'm already writing cursive.
I'm working, so I'm selling stuff. That's fair. Now back to answering 50+ questions about my MC. If I didn't come back after the sprint right away, it's because I'm having a burrito. Oh yeah, get that hubby time. Does anyone know what MDQ stands for? My first thought is McDonald's, but then I got stuck on the Q. And my brain went Dairy Queen, so McDonald's Dairy Queen, and I'm like, no, don't think that's it.
I keep getting a bunch of
what is it? Mood disorder questionnaire or something?
What? One of y'all at a time.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I think it's mood disorder questionnaire.
Oh.
At least that's what we call it at work.
I keep getting a bunch of BTS McDonald's ads. I don't know. I don't.
I was telling somebody about that, how every time I see one, I want McDonald's. And they're like, yeah, those cute boys can sell anything. And I'm like, all you need is to just say, Sam, food. And I'm like, yes.
Yes, food.
It doesn't hurt to have BTS support it, though.
It doesn't affect me at all.
I don't know them.
But it doesn't discourage you from purchasing food.
I don't like ads. I'm trying to watch something.
CB's like it does discourage me. It doesn't discourage me. We're very neutral.
If I'll get an ad for something that will like not leave me alone, I'll like start to develop a hatred for the company. Like I can recite your entire ad and I hate every word.
CB's like, I will never buy a McDouble again.
I don't like McDonald's.
I think
every time I eat there. Or I haven't ate there in years, but like when I was little, I'd get sick a lot when I ate there, so I just stay away.
So far,
or Chick-fil-A or something.
I have procrastinated by working on mood boards.
Hmm.
I arrived here late, but you got here. I've been creating a character using the StreamYard Jump, a character generator. Interesting. I took a question section on the back of the emotional thesaurus and turned it into a character profile. You do what you do. 577 words. Spent the sprint researching medieval Scandinavian architecture. I like medieval Scandinavian architecture. Although I misread that as you spent the sprint at medieval Scandinavian architecture, I was also intrigued by that.
Do you hang out at medieval Scandinavian architecture?
I don't. Stig, do you?
Every day.
Every day. He cheats. He's in Norway.
Dream it, live it, believe it. No. How
It's a little closer. It's
live it. No. Believe it. Yeah, you
believe it, dream it, live it, I think.
Something like
or
that.
dream. Oh, wait. Maybe it's dream it, believe it, live it. Because that's like concept to.
Yeah, that makes like logical, chronological
Maybe.
order.
I don't know. A lot of my CPs keep going, your words are in the wrong order. And I'm like, dyslexia. But you're not wrong. I am. It's fine. Pen and paper works when your computer is down. No.
Yeah, I spent the entire day writing essays. I'm exhausted.
I understand that some people handwrite, and that's fine. But if you're a person who works with your whip and everything on a computer and your computer is down, all of my information is there. Like,
well,
no.
I do handwrite sometimes. I like alternate between the two, but currently I'm recovering from a wrist injury and exhausted from doing homework because of said wrist injury.
Look, you can be a little thing that doesn't change my issue with that advice.
Yeah.
Just being thrown at people. So that's what I'm getting at. Stig, don't need you calling me out. Well, Popeyes, but line. You know, Popeyes does have a line some days.
Popeyes once, I think.
Or you're like me and love pain. That's true. I can't do cursive. I can write in cursive and I can read cursive. I love reading cursive. Except computer cursive. Like all the cursive fonts really mess with me for some reason. But if somebody handwrites cursive, I'm down. I can read it. But if it's a cursive font, I'm like, why do you hate me?
I signed something the other day with like my name in cursive. And it was just like normal cursive because I don't have a signature yet. And I looked at it and I was like, it looks like a 3-year-old wrote that because I'm out of practice. Every time I write stuff, it's like focused on the letters.
So
I literally just do a squiggly line and that's it. It does not say my name at all, but it's a signature.
So I like how I went food, Stig went medical, but it was drama.
I just didn't know.
577 words. Ah, yeah.
Yeah, MDQ form is used for bipolar disorder. Like, is it called mapping? No, diagnostics, something like that.
No, traffic jam city. I forgot to set us up a break timer, but it's fine because I can math.
That makes one of that.
Weird flex, but okay.
Okay, we're good. We've got another 4 minutes.
4 minutes only?
Yes.
Yeah, that went by really fast.
Yes.
Could turn back
time.
If
If I could find a way, copyrights for not to get me.
I was having a really fun dream last night that was like in line with like two things like medias I've been consuming. And I was like, yeah, I'm here for it. Here for it, like awesome storyline, going on adventures, fighting bad guys. Then all of a sudden it turned into a nightmare, like a stress dream. And I was like, no, I want to go back. I was having fun. Stop being anxiety. Please.
Right? See, like, I get this. I like handwriting, but I don't know what my story is about if I can't see my Scrivener doc. See, I have major brain fog. Sometimes I will open my document to write the same paragraph 4 times, and I know every time I go how to start it, but I will have forgotten. So, like, I need my resources. Or my brain can't function some days.
I've been working on my book for so long. There's so many different versions. I'm like, I don't know what happened this version. I'm like, I need to fix the thing. And so I go into it. I'm like, I fixed that like 2 months ago. I need to stop.
It's already done.
It's like, oh, this plot line's weak. Okay, I already fixed it.
So for this, I have a Clever Fox planner, which gives me a separate like little area for life stuff and one for work stuff. And so I will print in the work stuff, and then in the family stuff, it's all cursive. So it's like visually different for me. But like that also sometimes my husband tries to see what I have planned for the children that day, and he's like, the fuck is this language you've written in? Like it's my individual codex.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even confidently say I write all 26 letters correctly, the capital ones. Because I think the D and the G confuse me sometimes. So sometimes I might actually write G, but in my head, that's a D.
The D kind of looks like a D with a bunch of swirls. The G is a nightmare, but so fun to write.
I think the G is like it's just
with like drawing in the air, like
I can totally see my backwards squiggles. But Stig, you have the perfect. See, your name would be so pretty in cursive. So, like, I love the S and the T and then the G. Woo!
Squeak the line.
My dad like signs his. It's like a C and then the tiniest fucking rest of his name, and then the W and the tiniest fucking rest of his name. And like, if you have a magnifying glass, there's letters. He like wrote it out, but I'm like, how? And he just goes, it's something they taught me in the military. And I'm like, but is it? But is it?
When I'm signing the Ferrenz part, I'm like, okay, F, E, and then it's like R, R. And then when I get to the E, after the E, it's just N, which is 2 humps, and then the Z, which is another 2 humps, and then the curly Q. So I'm like, la, 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 bam, 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 wee!
Like how we're just
finding my name apparently.
We're just making orchestras for writing out our letters. Orchestra is not the word I wanted. It's the one we're going with. Conductor? No, like theme songs. We're conducting theme songs. That's what I'm gonna go with now. Doctor's cursive needs a whole decoder to figure out.
I can't read, so. What happened?
Yes, I also use a combination of print and cursive. It's almost like using different fonts, right? I also I have a habit of there's just some letters I think they're way prettier in cursive, so I'll just use those instead of the print letters. Like a G. I don't think I've written a print G in all my life since I figured out how.
What does a print G mean? Is that like a capital G?
No, okay. So in print, the G is a circle and then a little hook, and it ends there.
Oh yeah, but in cursive it's a little.
It's a little, and then it loops, and I love the loop.
So when I was little, my friend would write a letter a certain way, and I'd be like, I like how you write that, and I would steal it. I would write it that way.
CB's out here stealing fonts.
Yeah, so my handwriting, some of it is me going, I like that. I'm going to do it too. So
I had a phase where I double dotted my eyes because I wanted to be, but.
So I used to use a lot of shorthand in like when I hand wrote my stuff. I still do. And sometimes reading other people's like comment, like when I share an outline or something and reading some of my CP's comments on my shorthand. It'll be like Nova blasted them, pew pew. In my brain, I know exactly like how that scene now plays out, but they're just like pew pew, Sam. I'm like, look, they got blasted, pew pew. That's all you need to know. All right, what kind of timer do we want? And do we want 25 minutes or 20?
Puppy timer.
Okay, down with puppy timer. 25 minutes. Okay. Get that 5 extra minutes for me to. Nope, we're not doing. I can just mute the barking.
Right.
Okay. Do. Gotta go find that. Nobody told you to start. Go back. I need to see if there's a turtle timer. Do one in honor of Carl.
Tortoise. It's tortoise, Sam.
It's that Jess told me he was a turtle, and then she made him sass me that he was a tortoise. Never before have I felt so betrayed. That's not true. But anyway, so 3, 2, 1, go. And we're back. How did everybody do quickly? CB, one of you two answer? I said CB, or did I say CB Stig? I don't know your name sounded like right now.
CB, but I'll answer. I finished my chapter, and I'm on to the next one. And they sands through the hourglass like days of our lives, or whatever that phrase is.
Like sands flow through the hourglass. These are the days of our lives.
That one.
Or like sand through an hourglass, one of the two.
It's a soap opera, CB. I don't know if do you have TV?
I have a TV. Yes. I don't watch soap operas though.
Well, do we kick her out the club now, or no? I'm kidding.
If that's a requirement, I'm okay with getting kicked out of the club.
No, it's fine. We keep Stig, and he doesn't watch anime, so we can forgive you this not watching soap operas.
One day I will watch Castlevania, though. One day, not today, but one day.
I watched like a season and a half of it. Translates like 12 episodes because the first season was tiny.
I mean, the second season was pretty petite too when me and Sam checked it out.
Second season of
Castlevania?
Yes. I'm on season 4. I haven't started it yet, though. Sorry, I'm just rereading this email right quick, and then I was...
Cool. Found out I only have like 2.5 episodes left of the thing I'm watching, and I'm very disappointed. Because I don't think it's going to end in 2.5 episodes. I think it just... it ends, but I don't think it wraps up in 2.5 episodes.
And that's like the last season of something cancelled?
I don't know. I haven't done enough research. I have 2.5 episodes left of what I...
She'll figure it out. Maybe they just wrap it up really fast. Okay, break timer is started. So I finished my revisions, and I got the first beta sent out. So one beta now has all the things. Excuse me. And I also have to edit one of my... I keep my beta questions in a document so that I can just copy paste them into my email. And I was checking the grammar.
Google Form?
For what?
Beta questions.
Send them a link to the Google Form.
No, I just copy paste them in the email, and then I keep the emails in a folder in my email so that I can reference them. And
Folders of emails.
Yes. See, why does it surprise you that my emails have folders?
I didn't know that was the thing you could do.
Yeah, I've got
organized it.
Folder. Okay.
Yeah, I've got beta reviews, which then has 2 things, which is not for her, and then Till Pizza Do Us Part. And I forgot you and CB were, or you and Sophie, everybody's CB today. You and Sophie were on my master list until I was transferring my list into Milanote, which is where I keep everything now. Now you
what?
Betas. I've my last question in my beta questions is always, would you like to beta for me again? And for everybody who says yes, they get put into the master list. And then when I have the next time I recruit for betas, I will either email them before the beta applications go live, so that I email them at the same time my newsletter goes out, or I email them before the first round of betas so that they know.
Mm-hmm.
The person who I just sent the beta to is actually somebody who read both Till Pizza and Not For Her, so they've baited for me quite a bit. I need a blanket. I'm getting cold. Chat, how did you do? Well, I freeze.
Did CB said what you do?
Watch TV. You can see me if you watch.
Episodes.
If you're paying attention, you can watch me tear up and then almost cry. I cry at everything.
You try your best and you don't succeed.
What is this 25 thing? Is it 25 words? If so, awesome. CB, I did the same thing. Sometimes I'll write a backwards F and be like, what in the middle school?
stealing people's.
Oh. Hey everyone, better late than never. Is this the first or second sprint? That was sprint 2, so we've got one more for the night. Yes, it's the second. I see somebody answered. 811 words. Aw, yeah. I updated 2 website headers. Now I just have to post. Sweet. 370 words. Aw, yeah. I did a lot of thinking about who I could ask to be a critique partner. I have some leads, of course. Ooh. I love CPs. Mine are invaluable. I had 6 different critique partners for this short story, All That Glitters. So the first 2 yelled at me for all the same things. And then I was like, I sent a revised version to everyone, and I was, here you go. Nobody can yell at me for that question mark ever again. It's dead. It's gone.
I read it and like talked to you about my comments. So when I was like reading the most recent version, I was like, I've said most of what I have to say already.
Stevie's like, she already knows everything. It's fine. I also appreciate just the reactionary comments, because that kind of gives me a preview of it. It's like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted, or it's like, well, if any of my critique partners get something that I didn't want, I'll just message them. And I'm like, so I was actually going for this. Is this rewrite better? I also I love how every single one of you have made comments about Bruce. There's so much feeling about Bruce right now, and I love it.
Odd name.
No, Bruce is nobody. Who we love, who we stand, who I'd take a bullet for.
You would take a bullet for Bruce?
No, for Vincent.
Vincent.
Yeah, Vincent is who we stand.
Yeah, fuck Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce, that guy, him and his blue.
Look, I wasn't gonna tell readers like who or how the feelings about Bruce were, just that there are feelings about Bruce, but now they know how 2 of you feel.
We were vague, relatively. Who remembers names?
You sure
Me and Stevie being vague.
Right? Like, fuck Bruce. Who cares about Bruce? We were vague.
That was still vague. I could be much more detailed in my hate.
I'm sure he has a splendid personality.
It's okay. Matt, like on the line where Eric's making fun of the name, there's Matt is all like, Bruce, like the shark from Finding Nemo, would have words with you, and I was just like, Bruce is now a mer-shark. It is canon.
Yeah,
this is a thing now. I'm like devising a whole ass history between them now that nobody will ever know. It's fine, but I know it.
It's just something for you, you know.
You could write a companion short story from Bruce's point of view.
She's over there writing
his list.
Wow.
Fucking Eric. What kind of a name is Eric? Yes. So look for Is Gold, the companion short story to All That Glitters from Bruce.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know him, but it feels like Is Gold would be like something he would value, appreciate.
His color scheme is now blue with gold accents.
Yeah.
But more
medieval Scandinavian
architecture, research, and then some scripting in Milanote. Oh yeah. My betas, any of my betas that I know watch my streams, they're like, their feedback, I'm gonna have to be like, what did I say on stream about Bruce now? I also did a search through the AuthorTube Facebook group and YouTube for fantasy writers to make sure I know who's out there. I am all for it. Look, I went through years, and I have a video actually on critique partners where I talk about my struggles with finding good critique partners. And let me tell you, it is one of the greatest things in life for me, in my writing life, that I no longer have critique partners who are kind of really snooty and condescending when I write a sentence incorrectly. Because like my old critique partners, they used to basically just be like grammar dicks about it and just be like, well, this isn't how this sentence would work because of this, 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 and this. And I'm like, yes, I'm aware. I'm just dyslexic. So that's how it worked in my head for that moment. But my critique partners now are just like, I think these two words should be switched. Or like I wrote coral pouty lips and one of my critique partners was like, that should be pouty coral lips. And I'm like, you know, right? Or you know what? You're right. It should be. That's my bad.
Oh, yeah,
so
that should be switched.
yeah, English has an unspoken like order of adjectives, but being dyslexic, sometimes my order of adjectives that make sense to me in that moment is just off. So it doesn't help I learned French, which in French they'd be like the car big red, and in English we're like big red car.
The car big red.
Yes, the car big red, which makes more sense to me because to me I'm all like, yes, the thing we are describing and then what it looks like. And ever since I learned that, my brain was like, that's how things function. And I'm like, no brain.
Stop it, brain.
We learned it the other way first. So things. CP's got to weigh in on the feels. Yes, I love it. It's one of my favorite things. There are some times when I look down at, because I look at my critique notes on the phone so that I can just have the document all up and stuff. And sometimes I'll forget and I'll just look down and I'll see fuck in like big letters and I'm like, what happened? What did I do? I do participate in a critique group. Heck, I run it, but I think I'm ready for a reader who knows more about writing fantasy than the average critique group participant. I have no experience with that. I've always found mine like online. So, but next sprint.
Wait, was this critique group not online?
That's a good point. Is it an online or an in-person critique group? I don't have experience with critique groups in general, just critique partners.
It's a lot of work.
So. I was going to say something and then my dog licked me and I'm like, well, you stop.
Like sat here and sounds like, yeah, pondering critique groups.
You're pondering the horror stories, the war stories go through all of our
I was in person.
Oh, in this panini?
In person. I was right. Yay. I mean, to be fair, there was nothing in the thing to indicate it was in person. I just felt it was in person. So
it was spiritually in person.
Yes. So this is my cup today.
Because I Jack the Pumpkin King.
It says resting witch face, but I always think it says testing witch face. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I thought it said testing first. I was really confused. But it's just my general state of being.
Fox, I set my timer. I even said how much more time we have left.
Yeah, Fox. How much time do we have left?
Right now, 3.5 minutes. But we had 5 minutes at the time I checked. Well, all I do really is just send out the reminder emails. That's fair. I had friends. I mean, different friends.
And that's the story, folks.
Fair.
I had different friends, and they would read, but they were not writers. So, but whenever they would read my stuff, I would just stare at them like this, just reading their faces while they read. But I hate when they read over my shoulder when I was writing, because I just rewrite sentences so many times sometimes. And they just really wanted me to get to the next sentence. And I'm like, go away. Do things.
I've done scribble, scribble, hand. Scribble, scribble, hand.
I used to do that on loose leaf paper. And then put it all in a binder.
Notebook.
Yeah, but if I do it in a notebook, I can't give them the page while I'm writing the next page.
I'll just hand it and then watch them as they read and then get it back. Or rather, more often I'd write a page, take a picture, text to my friends.
No, don't fall asleep on me, desktop. I need you. I now have the desktop and the laptop. Excuse you. No. I know the children are on the other side of the door. Complain to your father. No, actually don't, because that is also barking. Nabby, come lick my leg.
Just don't complain. Meditate on it. You know,
It'll keep you quiet.
Being quiet upsets you. Really get into it.
Come back. Come back. Vi, the people want to see you. Come here. See, this is them. This is my. Oh, yes. Yes. I love you too. Yes.
She thinks she's a lap dog.
These are the puppers. She thinks she's a lap dog.
She's the lap dog.
No.
It's not her fault you have a tiny lap.
Every dog is a lap dog. As long as you're loving, as long as you love them enough.
Was that necessary?
Oh, look at her.
Yes, I know.
She's so happy. She's
She
smiling.
You love me like that fireball.
Oh my gosh, did I show you the picture where she's discovered the mirror? And sometimes she gets it, but then other times she's convinced there's a dog behind it. So she'll just whimper at the mirror, and then she'll put her dog bed, like she moves it, she puts her dog bed in front of the mirror and lays on it and just stares longingly into the mirror for her friend.
Be my friend. Be my friend. Be my friend.
It's so sad.
It's like mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the cutest pupper on the wall?
Do you want me to turn the AC off? Is it cold? Now get off the
I need
lap.
a blanket. We have a dog.
That's what she's trying to do. She's trying to climb into my lap to warm me.
She heard you earlier say you're cold, looking for a blanket. She's a little slow.
She's like, I'm the blanket mother.
Don't you love me?
I have to hold her paw. Like I'm holding her hand. Yes, I know. I know. All right. I have to work though, so you have to get down.
I made prolonged eye contact with Dagmar, which is one of our dogs, the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And she went from sitting on the ground when I was kneeling on the couch to being on my shoulders while I was still kneeling on the couch. I'm like, why? I didn't give you anything other than eye contact.
She smiles all the time, that big pit bull smile that they do. Thank you. All right. That was our break timer. So
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm going to look for a turtle timer.
Tortoise timer.
Tortish.
A tortoise?
I can't spell it now.
Tortoise.
I thought this said sad timer. It's a sand timer.
Just 25 minutes of being sad.
Is there a turtle? 25 minutes of just sadness.
It's like people crying.
I don't need that in my life.
Just me watching a sad episode, if anything.
I'm gonna go with these shapes.
It's a triangle.
Any Y or G I write have loops at the end, like cursive, because I like it.
Exactly.
Very late comment, but I agree. Oh, excuse me.
I wonder if Cody was just thinking back or it messed up. I'd like it better if it was just Cody like, still thinking about cursive, really hung up on that.
About those cursive letters. Also, it's a good thing we did 25 minutes last time because, like, I started the timer and Chris, who was watching the stream, calls me and he's like, "Can you let the dogs out so that he could come in the garage den door to bring me my futon?" And I was like, I suppose. And so I was like, gone. Yeah. All right. Here we're going. 3, 2, 1. Go.
I go.
This is the final sprint of the night, just so everyone knows.
Gang.
But y'all, say how you did. I'm just looking over, making sure I got everything.
Well, I'm sure
Okay.
CB got a lot done. I finished my chapter.
Awesome.
And I have one chapter left, which doesn't really require that much of a rewrite because by the time I got to the last chapter, I kind of knew where I wanted to go.
Nice. I got all of my betas sent out. Well, the document sent to betas.
Yay.
There was one where it was. I said send. Sorry, I just noticed there was a draft. I'm like, what do you mean you didn't send? There was one that like in my inbox, it doesn't show that because like on Gmail, it shows you your like subject and then a little preview of the body. And if there's an attachment, it like has a little attachment image. And it's not showing that there's an attachment, but when I go click on the email, it's there. So I'm like,
that's weird.
Like it should be there, but if not, he'll message me and let me know that I didn't attach it. But it's there. It says I did. So, all right, send out a DM to a possible CP. I hope it goes well for you. Nice.
Good job, Anna.
We're glad to help. Glad you were productive. We went to Target earlier and they have a bunch of school things out right now, and one of them are these lap desks, which have this layer. It's a tray, and it's got these really deep grooves so that you can like put a drink or something in it. And Chris just sent me a picture because our youngest found them, and she's just in love with hers right now. Chilling, eating her dinner, watching TV. All right, that was the last sprint of the night, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it, especially since like my brain is just everywhere.
I'm a little tired. Outros. I'm CB. I'm a teenager.
Are you sure?
And a writer. And YouTuber. Thanks for coming to the stream. That's my outro.
And I'm Stig. I write science fiction and fantasy. I'm currently working on my debut novel, which is a space opera with a little science and a lot of fiction. And yeah, thanks for coming to the stream.
I am Samantha L. Nasset, writing mom Samantha L. Nasset. This is my channel where we talk about writer things, parent things, and writer-parent things. I'm currently focusing on a short story about a merman who murders people. If you would like to get in on beta reading my merman who murders people, you can apply at my website link down below, samanthaalnasset.com/betas. I just finished sending out betas, so like you'll get it within 5 minutes of me getting the email if you apply now. And there's a worldwide writing community server that I'm about to go work on if you're interested in joining that. We're trying to build a fun writing community. That is also linked down below if you would like to support the channel because you enjoy what goes on here. I have a Ko-fi linked down below. You can follow all things Sam, and you get an entire 7 days to sign up to beta everything if you sign up to my newsletter down below. I think I covered all the things. I will catch y'all later. Bye.
Bye.